Hello fellow collectors and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we are taking a look at the TIE Whisper with Kylo Ren from Star Wars Mission Fleet Wave 2. That's right, Wave 2 has finally arrived. I actually had a friend of mine send this to me. He found it in California, and then I think the day after he shipped it, I found it at my local Target as well. So they're definitely on both coasts. Be on the lookout if you are looking for Mission Fleet. They should be popping up at Targets. Maybe Walmarts as well. I haven't really seen them at Walmarts, but I've definitely seen them at Targets. But yeah, so we got TIE Whisper with Kylo Ren. Pretty excited for this. I think it's funny that it took them so long to get to the sequel trilogy, but I think it's because, Clone Wars was hot on Disney Plus, so they wanted to kind of cover that mostly in Wave 1, which I totally get. But this looks pretty good, I have to say. I think the design of the TIE Whisper looks pretty cool. Kylo Ren looks pretty cool. He's got the battle damaged and put back together mask. And then he's got his signature lightsaber. And then, of course, because it's the $20 size point, they all come with these like missile launcher things. And we'll get into that as well. But I think everything on the back here is actual size, which is kind of neat. Not too much else going on with the packaging. Shows you the other two in this wave. We're getting a reissue of Luke's X-Wing. And then we're getting a repaint of Anakin Starfighter as Obi-Wan Starfighter, which comes with the exact same Obi-Wan figure that came with the speeder bike from Wave 1, which is kind of a bummer. I would have liked to at least gotten a somewhat different Obi-Wan, or they could have repainted him slightly or done something, but it's exactly the same figure, which is kind of a bummer. In any case, we're here to check out this one, so let's get this out of the box and let's take a closer look. So here is everything you get in the box. We'll take a look at Kylo Ren first. He looks pretty good, I have to say. They did a nice job. The helmet is really nicely detailed and painted. He's got the cloak with the hood down. You can see it hanging on the back. I think that's a nice touch. The lightsaber looks good. Really nice. And of course he's just holding that so you can pop it out pretty easily. You can take the cape off. Just pegs in. You can see that there's a large peg right there and a peg hole in his back. You will have to take it off when we put him in the ship. But I'm going to take it off so we can see the articulation a little bit better. Head's on a ball joint, so you can rock side to side, up and down, spin around, of course. You have a hinge in the shoulder, as well as a rotation. You have a rotation in the wrist, as you can see. And then you have independent 90-degree bends at the waist, unlike Play School Heroes or Imagine X or anything like that, where it was one solid piece and you had to do both at the same time. These you can do individually. So he looks pretty cool. I'm going to sit him off to the side, and we'll take a look at the TIE Whisper before we pop him inside. Oh, actually, let's take a look at this real quick. So this is just this little missile spring-loaded turret gun thing. This comes off and you can peg it various places on the vehicle, which we'll take a look at in a minute. This thing's very basic. It comes in two pieces. You just go ahead and you clip this on here like that. Very simple, and then you can move this around. So if you wanted to kind of do like a different angle or something, you could, but it's really just supposed to be a tripod. So, and then this is just very simple spring-loaded missile launcher. You just pop it in and then press the button. No problems there. And then taking a look at the TIE Whisper, I think it looks pretty cool, actually, I have to say. They did a really nice job with the detail. The red is really sharp. It comes in 3 separate pieces, so you have the pod in the middle and the 2 wings. And when you peg the wing in, it makes a really loud, audible snap. And then that's not going anywhere. Like, those are locked in. You won't have any trouble. Now, if you're trying to store this somewhere, you have to keep in mind that you're probably not taking those wings off ever again. So make sure when you snap them in, you're ready to keep it like this forever, because I don't really see a way for you to get those out of there. But you can see the port I'm talking about on the side here. So you can go ahead and peg this in. And that's kind of like one of the gimmicks for Mission Fleet. There's a bunch of these spring-loaded missile launchers. They're all compatible with all the pegs. So if you want to take all the ones from all your sets and load up one vehicle, you can. Mix and match, you can. All the ports are standard, so you can just go ahead and peg these around. There's another one over here. There's one underneath here as well, so you could peg this onto the bottom if you wanted. So you have some options there, which is pretty cool. Opening up the top, we'll see if we can get inside the interior. It's pretty basic, honestly. There's not really any molding or anything in there. It's just kind of that little wedge for you to put his feet around. So yeah, it's pretty basic inside. But we'll go ahead, we'll take Kylo Ren, bend him at the hips, 90 degrees, and then he just kind of drops right in, no problem. You just kind of put his feet around that piece in the middle. And depending on what angle you bend him at, you can have him kind of lay back farther or sit more straight. But if you lay him back a little bit, he kind of stays in there a little better. Close that up. And then there you go. You can't really see him piloting. I mean, you can kind of see his feet there in the front, but that's about it. But still a very cool vehicle. I think it looks good. Kind of reminds me of a TIE Interceptor. And I honestly wouldn't be surprised if they repainted this as a TIE Interceptor and then just gave us a generic TIE pilot. But I'd be okay with that. More Imperial soldiers. All right, let me see how I can get him out here. Yeah, actually, pretty easy. Sometimes he gets stuck in there when I was loading him in and out. But yeah, very cool. I'm going to go ahead and put his cape back on. I like him with the cape. I think he looks pretty cool. And I like that they have the like hood molded hanging down. I think that's a nice touch. Because they could have just given him a generic cape or like reused a cape from Mando or something, but they actually molded his own cape, which I appreciate. And I feel like they could probably reuse that cape for maybe like an old Jedi Luke or something like that. Possible. Why can't I get this in his hand? Come on now. There we go. Let me zoom out here. So yeah, I think this is a great set. I really like this line. I really do. I think it's a lot of fun. I kind of hope Hasbro would extend it out to all its properties. I say this pretty much every video, but you know, this in my mind is what should replace Play School Heroes. You know, it's kind of Imaginext-esque, if that's a word that I can even say. But anyway, yeah, I just think it's a cool play pattern. When you have figures this small, it makes getting vehicles and play sets made a lot easier because obviously smaller scale keeps prices down, etc., etc. But they're fun, detailed, nicely articulated little figures. They look really good. I love the vehicles. You have this little play pattern of all the different spring-loaded missile launchers, which I'm less excited about, but still nice to have. I like the fact that you can mix and match them around, or you can just kind of load them all up on one vehicle if you so choose, because kind of a universal peg there, so they can fit on any of the other vehicles. It's completely universal to the line, so I think they're a lot of fun. I really do. I really like the design of the TIE Whisper. I like that the wings really lock in place and feel solid. You know, you can balance it like this and it's not going anywhere. So really nice design, nice construction. I don't really have anything bad to say about this set. I really don't. I like it a lot. So definitely recommend picking it up. It is $19.99, which I think is a pretty fair price point for what you get here. So, like I said, check it out. Check your targets. Probably should start showing up at Walmart, even Amazon fairly soon. But I would say Target probably your best bet right now. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And as always, thanks so much for watching.